Hey investors, this is Jay here from Crypto Market Structure, and today we'd like to discuss about your investment approach. Um, when you decided to come into the world of crypto, there's one thing for sure. We all know the amount of money potentially we can make is pretty amazing. So that is why there are a lot of investors coming into the game. But when I first decided to join the game, last year, one of the things that I was looking at is I do not want, to come in without a plan. And it is quite important to understand, how much can I make and what would be the plan to get me there. So it took me many, many months to design an approach and a portfolio. But now we call it what 1000 X game plan. So our view, it's profit focus. We don't, I don't personally care too much about the technology and the coins. I'm coming from an investor lens and an investor point of view. So it's all about profit and, where can we get there in the safest way with good risk management. Because if we don't get that proper plan of portfolio, then the game would be only suitable for small and medium players, right? Players who, if you want to dabble with a few $1,000s, even with ten or $20,000, it's fine because if you lose it, you're not going to, it's not going to hurt you too much. But you won't be able to attract, large investment, or you are not willing to put in a lot of money because it's just way too risky. And because of that, the approach is not able to guide a lot of large investors, right? So some of us are six figures investors, and with the game plan we have, it provides a lot of much more certainty and a much more quantitative approach, um, a much more confidence for the investors. And that's how, I find a lot of the current investors do focus on. They focus on the qualitative fundamentals. People would read papers, explore how the GitHub projects are developing for a specific coin projects. Or some of you may spend hours on Twitter or YouTube, trying to quote unquote research, what's the best coin. And, the more qualitative assessment research you do, well, I'm not sure how much it helps. But for me, it needs to be balanced against something that is measurable. So we have a balanced approach where we confirm against the market structure charting, which is different from technical analysis. We do not use technical analysis like the traditional moving average or Bollinger Band or Fibonacci's, don't use any of those things at all. So we will look at the technical charts and make sure that the price action is actually doing the right, moving the right direction, is at the right price, the right kind of structure, and then we can confirm, the um, what you call the right coins to actually invest in. So that is why we don't, we avoid speculative coins, coins that are relatively new. For example, that has only been around the last 2 years. They don't have a lot of data. It's too speculative. If you're investing large money, that's way too risky. So we have our method where we filter out a lot of coins, hundreds of coins that we find have a low velocity or are just too speculative, right? So um, that's something for you to consider. And some of you may not have an exit plan, it's just about hodling and just a long-term play. But for me, it is important to know exactly when, you're going to exit re-entry, and where the bull run would end. Which for me it's about 17 months away. So again, we are looking from an investment point of view. I'm not looking here to hold on in the long term, and just here to ride the current bull cycle. And finally, if you're an individual, so it's kind of hard to try to trade on your own. And that's why, I formed a group, people who are really smart. Some of the group members are bringing in great ideas where we can share and we can stay grounded. So people who are pretty smart, and I learn a lot from them. So instead of trading on your own, you might consider joining the group where you get access to a lot of smarter investors as well. So that's why I created a group, and bringing in along with the market structure, so that it becomes a guide, it becomes a lighthouse, right, for large investors, and they know which coin to safely invest and get amazing returns at the end of the bull run. So yeah, so I just thought I want to contrast, the different approach that you may be taking, and something for you to consider, right? Because guess what? If we miss this bull run, we gotta wait for another 4 years roughly. So this opportunity, when we see the adoption is really picking up, with so much regulation change and clarity coming in, in all countries. So this is just a great opportunity, I find. You would not want to miss and make a lot of mistake, um, because if you do that, we're just gonna miss, just gonna waste this next 17 months. So I hope I get the message through. And for some of you who are, a relatively large investor, yeah, consider having a chat with me. Go to the website. Um, you can try to maybe contact me if you have specific questions. Just leave a note and I'll get back to you. Okay. And if you'd like to join, well, our subscription plan is still at $79, and looking to continuously increase price in the coming months as the bull run is starting and heating up. So something for you to consider. But it's really important to get this right again. And I hope to see you soon.